So the third weekend of rugby has been completed out here in France, and the most discernible difference amongst the locals here in Paris has been the fact that they're a lot more upbeat after the host nation gave them something to shout about by defeating the Irish at the Stade on Friday. Well, there were also good performances from England, who tamed the Samoans, and also Scotland succumbed against the All Blacks rather unsurprisingly. Well, then there was the surprise of the weekend. That came down in Lens, where Tonga managed to take the Springboks all the way, and, well, it was just 5 points the difference there in the end, and the Tongans look like they're going to be certainly more than a handful for the English. However, our look back at the weekend's action starts in Paris on Friday night, where the atmosphere was bubbling ahead of the evening kickoff.
France is going to win. That's evident.
20, 42 to 20.
I'm hoping for an Irish win. It's going to be very, very dodgy, but let's hope we get it.
Trailing at half-time, those from the Shamrock Isle still wouldn't let their spirits be dampened.
We will score one try, we'll kick 3 penalties, and we'll win.
Yeah, they play better now, but they have played the last 2 games. I saw them against Georgia, and they were completely rubbish, but tonight they're good. But I still think that France is going to win, definitely.
They will try to keep playing rugby, but things will not work out. We'll defend, we'll pressurise them.
There's always a crack in the French team.
We squeeze, that's what happens. We're Irish, we will squeeze. The French will continue à jouer, that's not going to work. We'll squeeze.
What I hope is that Ireland beat Argentina the next game, so we don't have to play against New Zealand, because it's going to be very tough if we play against New Zealand.
But I mean, this match right here, it's against the Northern Hemisphere together, so it's going to be one of those very contentious matches.
I would say 7 plus 9. I'd say 19, 12.
However, their views were displaced, and by the final whistle it was the French who were celebrating. And as those of you in the know will be aware, they don't really hold their booze that well.
Just for points, yeah, you know, just things. We won, we win, just this one.
Well, after the hangover, the French stay on course for a berth in the quarter-finals. For the Irish, they must turn all of their attention towards the crunch game against Argentina on the 30th of September. Public discussion about wranglings within the Irish squad have been played down by the players. However, sources within say that the team is at breaking point. It's hard to imagine that before this Rugby World Cup we were talking about the Irish as a viable challenge to the Big Five to take away the Webb Ellis Trophy. Now all that stands between them and an early exit from the pool stages are the Pumas, and on current form it is very hard to see the South Americans having anything but a comfortable victory against the team from the Emerald Isle. Now, the Irish weren't the only Northern Hemisphere team with a crunch fixture this weekend, as England took on Samoa in a vital game for both teams. Ahead of kick-off, my cameraman Diego went in search of an authority on the men in white.
Well, I think we're gonna prove that we can play well as a team and really raise the game after the South Africa match. I think it'll be tough, but I'm sure we can win this. And we've got to practice for next Friday, because seeing how Tonga performed against South Africa, we've got a big job there.
Okay, maybe not an authority, but Diego is Italian, and let's face it, she was pretty easy on the eye. Back to the rugby, and after a dream start, England looked up against it, leading just 26 points to 22 going into the closing 10 minutes. However, in the end, they pulled away to a comfortable victory, 44-22. That sets up the all-important final pool game against Tonga, and it seems in Lens earlier on Saturday will mean that England will not be underestimating the second South Sea island in their group.
It's much better. Just got to beat those Tongans next week, next Friday. That's the game we need to beat.
Finally, though, let's spare a thought for the lone piper who found himself on the banks of the Seine over the weekend rather than at Murrayfield for Scotland, New Zealand. Mind you, he probably took the sensible option. The Scots were typically blunt in attack as the All Blacks cruised to victory by 40 points to 0. So we've reached the business end of the pool stages, and several crunch fixtures still remain. England against Tonga, Scotland, Italy, Wales, Fiji, and of course the real humdinger, Argentina against Ireland. Now, for a comprehensive preview for all of those games, remember to join us next time.